it's completely normal for us. Let's go. Hi, Harry.
Hi.
So I'm going to start this like it's a normal podcast because for the purposes of Spotify, as far as anyone's concerned, this is a normal podcast. Except it's not a normal podcast because in our infinite wisdom, we decided to combine our normal League One review of the weekend with live Carabao Cup action.
Yeah, because we're knocked out.
Honestly, I think this is entirely a device that limits the amount of time that we've got to talk about Mansfield Lincoln. Is it not?
I don't actually think I want to speak about it. I actually didn't really watch the game.
Do you know what we should have done last season when Bradford got beaten by, I think it was like Sutton or someone like that who was not doing well at the time? Liam didn't want to talk about it either. And so we got Charlotte to read a statement, and Charlotte had written this like it was in the tone of Ted Lasso almost, in terms of like looking for the positives. And Charlotte read her statement out so that Liam didn't have to talk. We should have done that because it was on a par.
Yeah, I'm as wise words of Alexander Usyk. I'm very feel. I'm still feel.
Are you still feel?
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, welcome Liam to anyone who's watching not on Spotify.
Oh yeah, we've got Liam today. I thought we've just done the very professional. The very professional podcast introduction. So just before we went live, it appeared that Liam was drinking WKD. It was pointed out to Liam.
I'm 18.
And we were talking about the transfer window, and I pointed out to Liam that he'd missed a trick in not drinking DKD, which he now is. What flavor? Like WKD was blue in my day. No, yeah, WKD. I'm like, no, DKD.
Oh orange my god, that would literally taste like an alcohol version of J2O, which is just like.
Or it was it will taste like Reef. No, do you remember Reef?
Reef, what?
Oh my god,
I don't remember Reef, Hannah.
So young. Shut up. Right.
I don't remember Reef.
Reef. Yeah, Reef. Doesn't come up in Google like as any of the top Reef.
So I don't think maybe it wasn't Reef.
It was Reef drink 90s, right? Iconic 90s alcoholic drink loved by clubbers is back on the market.
Oh, I was born in 88. So when the 90s ended, I was 12.
I've never done this before. So it's the start of the podcast. So I just thought, if anyone's watching now, we are doing a live if you're new to us at all, a live space on Friday. Is it Friday? Someone help.
Yes, Friday until 11.
The deadline day space that me, Hannah, and Grant, who's not here, but if you're an OG, you'll know him. So if you don't know, get to know. And we'll be live. Is it 7:00? Someone help.
At some point on Friday night, when it starts to get a bit interesting, you've missed out why we're live on Friday night, Harry.
Because it's transfer deadline day.
It's transfer deadline day.
I'm gutted. It's the first one I'm missing.
Right, so Reef, just back to Reef and important things. It was orange and passion fruit, and it was discontinued in the early 2000s. And a spokeswoman added, Reef is back on the shelves, ready to transport the UK back to a time when life was simpler, with its nostalgic taste and still chill vibes.
So, just a quick one, guys. Rotherham have just gone 1-0 up in 2 minutes.
Against Fleetwood?
Yes, and they haven't scored. all season, and they've gone 1-0 up in 2 minutes. In fact, they scored 2 against us in Pizza Trophy or whatever it is now.
So at the moment, I'm watching EastEnders. I should probably sort this out. And I'm not. I don't watch EastEnders. It just happens to be on. Right. So
as a Coronation fan loyal, I am very.
I'm not
very
watching.
Appalled.
Right. So what are you watching, Harry? What have you got on?
I'm going with the standard Jay Stansfield return to Birmingham tonight.
Okay.
Have you seen his Instagram post?
No.
Well, but everyone's doing that, aren't they?
Yeah. So the Chelsea player who put the post out about Wolves.
Oh, Sonny Madueke.
Yeah.
Yeah, he basically said everything about this place is shit. Stansfield's done it about Birmingham.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I'm sure that's
right.
Fake.
It's not. It's been shared out. Loads of people shared it out. But
wait,
I can't wait for Jake. You want to do it about Bradford,
guys? I just want to show how loyal I am. So, can one of you put me backstage for 2 seconds?
If he gets his dick out, Hannah, I swear.
He's a minor. We'd have bigger problems.
He's not a minor. He's never worked in a mine in his life.
Oh, I hate Sky Sport. I can't work out how to Sky Live EFL and Sky Sports Plus, but it's not, is it? Because Live EFL Cup Southern section, Live EFL Cup Northern section.
I'm
watching. Told me Blackburn were playing Blackpool. They're not. Are they? Oh, they are. Right, I was on a different bit. So he's got Fleetwood Rotherham on, has he?
Why has he got his Mansfield shirt on?
Because we don't hide away from getting battered. We get battered, and I don't hide away from it.
Someone should tell your defenders that.
Yeah.
Well, they haven't got any.
Sorry. I'm going to say someone should tell your strikers that.
Have any of you two actually watched our highlights? I don't think we should mention defenders.
No, I don't. I don't engage in BDSM.
Our goalkeeper. Just watch our first 2 goals. What? Oh.
Yeah. I'm still not into this season. I don't. Obviously, I'm not going to watch Bradford. It was a great game for us on Saturday. I'm still not there. I don't know. I'm enjoying watching the odd games. I've watched quite a lot of Swindon, and they are terrible.
Yeah,
so,
but now they've got Kabi Shamanga, so
not enough.
Yeah, he used to be a Chesterfield player, so we don't like him.
Just on a non-football but still football-related thing, has anyone seen Charlie Austin's post today?
Yes. Yeah, really. I think it explains a lot in terms of, he talks about his impulsiveness. I think I saw your repost of it, Liam, and I think you're right. A conversation needs to be had about, it'd be interesting to see if someone like James McLean then weighs in. Because I think he has had, and again, spoken openly about some of his own kind of related health issues, again, in terms of kind of impulsiveness and how that manifests. But,
you've got McCurdy as well.
Yeah.
Harry McCurdy, perfect example.
Yeah. Right, I'm going Shrewsbury Bolton for an all League One.
I'm just obsessed with my club.
I know. I think Mansfield fans are just hitting themselves because that's the only form of therapy that might work.
Well, I've got Everton Doncaster on. We're 4 minutes in. It's pretty even at the minute.
I can't get anything to load.
If Everton go 1-0 down here, it'll turn toxic at Goodison.
Oh my
God!
Because
at the moment we're playing them next season. Before anyone jumps on me, I know that you can't go off 3 weeks into the league. But
you say that, Hannah. We're joint top and we're going up. Don't worry about it.
Are you? I didn't realise that. We're also joint top with the Huddersfield.
Can we just say right now, aside from Man City, we have the best form in the country over the last 10 games.
Form in the country.
We're unbeaten in 10.
Oh, right.
We're unbeaten in our last 10 games. I think Man City are something like 16. But yeah, unbeaten in our last 10 games, league games.
Was that in the EFL? Have I told you about my discovery? The EFL post-game stats pack. I genuinely look forward to them being published. Well, not the League 2 one, but the League 1 one. It's just the most kind of random, like bizarre associations that you.
That was to Liam's. We've got the best form. Blah blah.
Hannah, he's just
look at
done you
me,
there.
we're
He's
still
he's held that up at the wrong time.
Yeah,
It's all right. I'm used to
What
this.
about you?
But,
Hannah? You know,
do you know
go
what
on.
though, Harry? You've made such an impression on the Stockport County fan base that quite a few people on Sunday said to me, because I was kind of out and about, and they're like, "How's Harry? Is he all right?" It's like,
No.
I'm sure it's fine.
No, I was at the pub. Drowning my sorrows. Oh, and it were a great bank holiday. I ended up on karaoke, belting out Taylor Swift. Life were good again.
Which one?
Tale?
Love Story.
Banger.
He's gone back. He's gone back to like classic.
You know, I felt good again.
You see, by contrast, my 10-year-olds were at dinner singing. I mean, like, I need to ask Harry about this. Millie B. No. So it's too young for even for you.
Oh no, she used to be on like Blackpool Grime Media or something.
It is, yeah, it's grime. But they know that, like, they were, and then I had to ask them like what they were singing, because I kept getting it like misunderstanding.
Print lyrics out, Hannah.
Quite honestly, pardon?
Print lyrics out.
Well, they showed it to me on Spotify, and then I found myself like, you know, singing along. It's not singing. It's
not. I had all lyrics on
right.
my phone ready to go for McFly last week.
So I have got Shrewsbury Bolton now, and it's 0-0. And it's just frozen as the ball's gone into the box, and Bolton have just had one cleared.
We haven't got kick-off here yet. It's at 8 o'clock.
I don't know. When I looked, there was like one at 7:15, and then some other ones at 7:45.
Yeah, Stoke was 7:15, wasn't it?
Don't know why.
They're 1-0 up, I believe, or they were 1-0 up. Yeah, it's still 1-0 to Stoke. Nearly half time there. Rotherham obviously taking the lead against Fleetwood. And aside from that, we have Crew drawing 1-1 with Liverpool under 21s in the EFL Cup or EFL Trophy.
Oh no, Liam, I've actually got to say something here. Do you know how I was like giving it the big one to the 606 listeners and speakers?
Yeah, I remember it quite vividly. Yeah.
Yes. How embarrassing would it be if in 12 months' time, one of them will end up being a League One speaker just coming on for a watch along, and I'm a League Two speaker again?
Oh, I am banking on it. It'd be beautiful. Someone saying they can't see you. They obviously want to see your face.
No, it's all right. It's my dad. It's my dad.
Is that your dad?
Yeah.
Hi, Hannah's dad. Harry, put your light on for him. Come on.
Well, no, because then it flashes. Right, Harry, you see that? Yeah, I know it's.
Turn it. If you turn, Harry,
issue.
If you turn a bit more. Why have you got strobe lights in your bedroom?
Every week, me, mate. This is why I told him I'd buy him a ring light.
I've got about 6 of the things.
Right. Well, I've got one here. Look.
Yeah, Harry, tip it forward.
Take it forward? What, like that?
No, your angle on your cat. Well, I mean, we can practically see your bogies and brain.
And
Harry, you need to teach him about
iPad again. Oh my God, this is worse than doing technical support for my dad.
Right, this will do.
Right. People... Okay, fine.
You know,
so for anyone who we're gonna have to put an epilepsy warning on this on YouTube.
Yeah, apologies. Look, guys, I dealt with a 4-1 loss. They can deal with this.
He's sassing my dad. He's coming to Mansfield on Saturday. He doesn't go to many aways, but he's coming on Saturday. I
apologise in advance for turning up to our town. I'm not there till 15 minutes before kick-off, and I'm happy about that. I'm done with drinking.
You're coming back from holiday?
Yes. Literally straight from the airport.
We'll drink on the plane, drink at the airport.
I'm driving.
Oh, don't
You driving
do
the plane?
any of those things.
Yeah,
Are
I'm
you old
driving,
enough to
mate.
drive? Oh yeah.
Oh, he is. Anna, do you know? Anna, he's old enough to drive. He's just not old enough to remember to take his keys out of his car once he's parked it.
I remember
Good
that.
point, actually.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where are my
So
keys?
just on a League One thing, then Pete Wild to Blackpool. The odds have been frozen.
They have. Well, at some point it went off the market, didn't it?
Yeah. So.
But did you see the Richie Wellens thing as well?
Yeah. You see his band already.
Said, just come and get me.
Put in.
Yeah.
What I got from that is just come and get me.
Yeah.
Sort of thing.
Yeah.
And this is Richie Wellens, who he's banned. Oh, Richie Wellens.
He's banned tonight. He's had 3 yellow cards in his first 3 games of the season. He's in the stands tonight.
So he's done a proper Mark White.
Yeah.
Talking.
Oh! That was a horrific back pass there. So Donny have just been caught on the break. Defenders tried to pass it back to Lawler. I think it's Olowu. I'm not even sure if Olowu's playing.
He is. Olowu is playing, mate.
Right, it was Olowu then. He's passed it back to the keeper, but the keeper's running. The keeper's kind of running to where the ball was heading, and Olowu's tried to pass it back to him. So the keeper's then gone, shit, I've got to get back over there. We nearly had an own goal there, 12 minutes in.
I've got to say, right, fair play to Birmingham for how many they've sold for a Carabao Cup game. I mean, I doubt they're all there to watch Birmingham. I think they're all there to watch a lone player from last season called Stansfield play. But I think that's
let's be brutally honest. If my club had spent 30 million this transfer window, I'd go watch every game as well.
Yeah,
because I'd want to get my money's worth before we get hit with the financial fair play fine and relegated to the National League South.
Oh,
Harry,
well, that's how Harry feels about Birmingham. Clearly, you back, love.
Yeah, what happened?
I don't know. It wasn't us.
It's like you're refreshed.
Oh, well, they've got 6 or 7 new players in this starting 11.
Yeah,
that's just fucking
sick. They've been linked with Stockport County's Nick Powell as well.
Why?
Money.
The guy spends more time on an injury bench than I do drinking, which is impossible.
Only until holidays.
That's not possible.
I don't know. I wouldn't. If I were going to buy off Stockport, I'd be all over Tanto. I know he's not the same position, but I'd be going straight to Tanto, and that's where I'd be going.
Yeah, but the thing, there are players that you can go shopping for at Stockport County, and there are players. Oh, Bolton's just had a nice shot on target. There are players that Stockport County would then consider releasing, and Tanto is not necessarily one of those. Although, it depends on the offer, doesn't it? Like your DKD situation. Someone comes in. Who's got a goal?
Leighton
Orient.
Is that the first one they've scored this season?
No.
Oh, Preston as well. Preston have just gone 1-0 up against Harrogate.
Yeah. You've got me and Liam like Jeff Stelling tonight. It's going to be
great.
This is why I invited Liam tonight, because I like it when me and him just go on our Jeff Stelling spree and just start blurting out random stuff.
It was. We've got a goal. We're supposed to say we've had a goal at so and so. I don't know what Shrewsbury Town's.
There's been a goal. I don't know who to, Jeff.
Hey, I don't get in your shirt.
Fleetwood have equalised against Rotherham.
Oh,
really? Good.
Yeah.
Steve Evans crying tonight. That'll be good.
Yeah. No fist pump video.
No.
Oh, Luton have scored. Huddersfield have scored.
I'm fairly sure Bolton have just come so close that you would normally see a score correction.
I've not seen anything yet.
Off the inside post, went so it's passed in from Harrison, hits the inside. Oh my god! And Charles misses what can only be described as something that I could get in.
I've got
Everton are slowly turning the screw here. When Donny are holding their own going forward, they are. But when Everton break, Everton really break.
What's Everton's starting lineup like? Is it?
I think, as far as I know, I ain't actually looked. But I know, I think it's Seamus Coleman. I think he's back in the squad.
I think he's genuinely one of my favourite ever players.
Well,
Genuinely.
they said that they didn't expect him in. Yeah, Coleman's in. So they've got Pickford in goal, Coleman, Keane, O'Brien, Michaelenko. Oh, they always have players I can't pronounce. They've got someone else, Garner, Lindstrom, and Dye, McNeil, and Beto up top.
That Beto's the biggest waste of money I've ever seen.
Harry, did Kelvin score on Saturday?
No.
Didn't they?
Lost
Watford
2-0.
have just gone 1-0 up against
3-0.
Plymouth.
What about Bowden? So Alfie May is 3 for 3. Louis Barry's 3 for 3. I'll consult the Football League paper.
And Mansfield's.
Have I told you about this, Liam?
No.
I'm a subscriber of the actual physical Football League paper, and it turns up on a Monday morning through my letterbox, delivered by an actual paper person. Yeah, I got told off. I can't. I don't definitely know that it was a paper boy this week, so I'm not allowed to misgender them. That was a comment the first week.
We're getting.
Is that what someone said?
Yeah, I think it was Harry, but
or was it Harry?
Or it might have been Nick. I can't remember.
It wasn't me. It was
one
Nick.
of my current podcast hosts.
Do you want to hear a joke that I saw earlier? Which is kind of to do with that situation.
If it's a Mansfield joke, I don't want to know, mate.
No, it's not football related, but it's related to that situation about not being able to assume a gender and blah 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 blah.
Is it going to get cancelled?
Probably, but it's fine.
I mean,
it's not going to get us cancelled, right? Because it's true. So, do you remember, like, back in the day, you used to have, like, really, really simple jokes, and they'd be like things like, Doctor, I feel like a pair of curtains. And the doctor would say, well, pull yourself together.
Yeah.
2024 version is, Doctor, I feel like a pair of curtains. Well, that's what you are then. And that's kind of it.
I've got a funny story to tell you, Harry.
I'm done. I'm gone.
Grimsby have gone 1-0 up against Sheff Wednesday.
So one of the things we did with the podcast last week was we went through all the League One games in order of star rating as rated by the Football League paper.
Okay.
Guess how many stars Lincoln Mansfield got?
I don't even want to know.
What's it based on? Is it based on overall quality of the game?
Yeah.
Is that how it's rated? Because if not,
the game was shit.
I think it's of like as a viewer. That's how I've read it. Like, so Wigan Crawley was 2 stars.
What was it out of 5?
Out of 5.
What was ours?
Right, so Stockport Bristol was 3 out of 5, which is probably fair. I didn't realise you had said Stockbridge on Saturday. Was he all right? What was he rate? They rate the referees as well, Liam. We have so much fun with the Football League paper. So Seb Stockbridge was rated 6 out of 10, and yeah, it was 5 stars. Harry,
I don't get that because I genuinely think you're one of the better ones we've had for a while.
And I think it possibly was the only 5-star game again.
You got 5 stars
for the second week in a row.
The game.
What about
shit.
League 2? What was the League 2 ratings?
Fleetwood Gillingham was 3. Tranmere Walsall was 3. Crewe Swindon was 2. Doncaster Morecambe was 2. Bradford Bromley was 3.
Swindon was 2.
Salford was 4. Colchester Harrogate was 4. Barrow Port Vale was 3.
It's an absolute that's absolute nonsense. If they're saying that Crewe and Swindon was a 2-star, and
then, so there were no 5 stars in League 2.
There's no way that Crewe and Swindon was 2. It was barely a star, if that's.
I've never seen a 1-star one, in fairness, so maybe they're just like super kind.
We actually gave out a 1-star ourselves last week in Bolton game, the Bolton Wrexham game.
Oh yeah, we did. I I wonder if that's actually covered in here anyway. It was awful. It's probably 5 because it's Wrexham.
I just wouldn't have even gave it a star.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it was covered.
Did you see that? So we did for League Two a team of the week based on Flash score.
I saw it. Yes.
Ratings. You guys should do one for League One each week.
But isn't that just? I mean, don't Flash Score do their own League Two team of the week?
No.
But the thing is, right? If there were like, if Keelan Dunn were recall, like let's say a Lincoln player, I'd be picking Keelan Dunn into that team because I'm biased, and I would.
My favorite. I mean, I know it. I know you've had a really shit couple of days as far as football goes. But your text on Saturday night about your 4-1 tattoo, which is no way related to the score on actual Saturday, made me snort loudly.
I'm trying.
Do you know the best part about that, Hannah? Is that for the first time since he got it, it's the right way round.
No, it wasn't. No, because they were away at Lincoln.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah. With you.
4-1. Yeah.
With you. Yeah.
Honestly.
Our family group chat nearly got an invitation to Sophie and Charlotte's birthday party on Thursday because I went into WhatsApp and put family and then started sending the text and then realised that it's not my actual family. It's my...
We'd have turned up. Me and Harry had turned up.
Yeah, but you know what people say? I'm like the drunken uncle who like just gets invited because he has to be there. That's what I'm like.
Yeah.
Well, we're getting Chinese takeaway from the fancy Chinese that does the share box, the salt and pepper share box, which is elite level.
So what's the date and time? Sorry.
It's Thursday. Thursday.
Oh, I'm not in the country.
Oh no, you're not.
Liam's not.
Oh, it's almost like I planned it that way.
What's that?
Well, you're both out of the country.
I am. Yeah, I was just trying to stop living again a Chinese.
Just got a revelation. I'm not here for Friday either.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Why, where are you?
I'm in Marley.
Did you book it off on the rota? Have you sent a request? Have you sent a holiday request in, Harry?
Because I don't approve them if both of you are off at the same time, Harry. You know that.
I was off first.
No.
Liam's was already pre-booked.
Yeah, mine's pre-booked. Where are you going, Harry?
Malta, mate. Going to get pissed up.
No, you're still in the country.
Are you ever Malta?
Oh, did you say Malta?
What did you think? You said Bolton. Live when you're still in country. You know what she said? Like, you know what she said? Get this, you can like this, guys. And I'm like, look, we've got to rip on Liv because it's funny. So they announced the Oasis. Well, they didn't announce it. There were rumours of the Oasis reunion, and we're talking about getting tickets. And Liv went, I don't think I'd pay more than 80 quid though to go see them at the Peace Hall in Halifax. The Peace Hall, it holds 2,500 people. I was like, I don't think Oasis are going to be playing the Peace Hall in Halifax. Liv, if I'm absolutely honest with you. Yeah, definitely. Oh, it could be an handball there. Is the VAR?
No. Yes, there is.
That could be.
Is there? I thought it was only if it's being played at the...
Oh, that's handball. Penalty, Fulham.
Oh, I can't cope with this because I'm looking at my game to see what you two are talking about. And you're talking about two entirely different games.
Yeah, Blackburn have gone 1-0 up against Blackpool.
There's a penalty at the Fulham game, but he's miles outside the box. Is he?
This hasn't been checked anyway, so there's not.
Harry, just to go back to Jay Stansfield, has that kind of gone dead again now?
Yes, definitely. Yeah. So, oh no, it is a penalty. He's miles in the box.
Is it Raul? Is it Jimenez who's just scored?
Yes, mate. Yeah.
So 1-0 there.
They should have put Stansfield on penalty. If they were proper shit asses, they'd put him on it. God, I hate FIFA.
Bless you.
So how's the league going overall? What's the quality been like? Obviously, I know not just trying to rip about Saturday, Harry, but what's the quality? What's the step up between League Two and League One
Speed of
how
play.
noticeable?
Speed. If you make a mistake, you're gonna get punished. It's not like you can, like in League Two, you can get unpunished for silly mistakes. In this league so far, we've made like 4 mistakes and conceded in every single one of them.
I think that's my experience as well. But the only reason that we are where we are in terms of not conceding any and 3 wins from 3 is because we've been really lucky. And when we have made mistakes, whoever we're playing against hasn't capitalized on it. But that's based on the teams that we've played rather than anything else. And that's why, you know, the cockiness, or any cockiness, I think, from county fans is fairly tongue-in-cheek. And just relieved that, you know, we've won some games in August, which, as you both know, isn't normal behaviour for Stockport County.
I am literally begging on Saturday we park the fucking bus. Like, genuinely park the bus. Like, 11 men.
No, because I've really been enjoying watching the football as well, like the quality, the passing, like the clinicalness of it, the set pieces. Don't do that.
We had 73% of the ball and we got beat 4-1. We played like MK Dons.
I mean, that sounds like a you problem. Don't make it stop.
To be fair, MK Dons turned up on Saturday for the first time, finally.
Good.
I spoke to Cal on Saturday night about it. So did you see that Agenda swapped him?
No.
So do you remember when we did the League 2 managers?
Yes.
We did League 2 managers and then we rated them. I did the League 2 team of the week and rated them. And Cal liked it. And he sent me a picture, a screenshot. He texted it to his missus. And they were talking about whether their little girl's going to grow up to look like that. But I said, but then it made me feel awkward because the gender swap of Cal, I literally said, I think I'm in love. And I was like, Colette Hendry,
she's a baby.
Yeah, but then obviously afterwards, then he's like, oh, yeah, they were talking to his missus, sent her the screenshot. Like, do you think that she'll grow up to look like that? Because like it's such a weird, weird to see. But yeah, no, we had a good chat on Saturday, and he said similar to what like we said. MK, right, my dog's a dick. MK just needed to click up top. They were very, very good as a team playing, but they just couldn't click. The MK fans are
2-1 Fleetwood.
Go to who?
Fleetwood, Jeff.
Fleetwood. Oh, yeah. Evans' fists are well and truly in his pockets.
Bless him. Yeah, I suppose he hasn't got to do the waddle all the way over to away fans to clap him off.
Have you seen Rotherham fans calling for him to get sacked?
I hope so.
Oh, really?
After Saturday's game, in the comments, they were like, get him out of this club now.
I said he'd be gone by November. But that was my bias speaking.
Who have
they got on Saturday?
Don't know.
There's a pitch invader, I think, in the Fleetwood game, according to Edgeworth.
Edgeworth's in the chat.
Edgeworth is in the chat.
Oh my! They've got Huddersfield. They've got.
Oh, that'll be a good one.
Huddersfield playing tonight.
Yeah.
That explains so much.
Why?
So Steve Evans said after their loss on Saturday that they need to make their own luck, as they have now gone 3 league games without a goal.
2-0 Fulham.
Fucking it. Hannah, Liv's just said
Stansfield.
Stansfield scored. Liv's just said she went, Huddersfield playing tonight. I said, yeah. She's been on a training course in Huddersfield. She went, that explains so much. She went, traffic on way home were a nightmare. I went, so good. They're away at Walsall. It's just not a thing. If they were at home, I'd have gone tonight.
What, for some roast potatoes?
For that very reason. Liv's just gone white because, do you know, we get pies and stuff at Bradford City.
Yeah.
Huddersfield, you get a tray of roast potatoes with a pot of slow-cooked beef in gravy. It's fucking amazing.
You've been at Huddersfield Stadium, right? You weren't that good.
I've had the roast potatoes. I've done commentary there twice.
Yeah. Did you just say in League One we get pies?
No, I think I said it. City.
Are any of you two? Oh, it's 1-0 Brighton against Crawley. Are any of you two interested in getting Oasis tickets? I mean, it's a stupid question.
No.
But,
Yeah.
and this is a
Yeah.
disclaimer to absolutely everyone who's watching. If you go on their Instagram bio, you can sign up to a pre-sale ballot.
I mean, right. So my problem with this whole shenanigans is
It'll fall out by Christmas.
I'd go to the Millennium Dome, not what it's called, Municipality Stadium, because there's seats there. I'm too old to stand in Heaton Park for 4 hours or whatever. And also Heaton Park is a nightmare to get to, etc., etc., etc. But I'm willing to bet that come Saturday morning, I will be trying to get tickets because everyone else will be trying to get tickets and I'll get extreme fear of missing out.
Yeah, FOMO.
You just got to roll with it, Hannah.
Leon, got a question. Who was the drummer in the initial Oasis lineup? A. Chris Sharrock. B. Tony McCarroll. C. Alan White. Mate, I need to get this answer correct to qualify. So,
I thought you were quizzing me. If you actually need to know, I'll just get you the answer.
Yeah, get me the answer quick. Come on.
I thought it was a quiz.
Answer a question.
Yeah.
So the original lineup, what was? Oh, hang on. Was Tony McCarroll.
Definitely.
Yeah, the initial lineup consisted of Liam Gallagher, Paul Arthurs, Paul McGuigan, and Tony McCarroll on drums. And then Liam asked his older brother Noel to join as a fifth member.
How many Oasis shows have you been to?
So
what did we decide it was? Chris Sharrock?
No, Tony McCarroll.
Tony McCarroll.
Right, I've signed up. I am buzzing for this. I am gassed. Keep on.
Yeah, it's thing is, if you buy, it's that thing of it's a corner, Adonai, Pickford, and some Everton player with an absolute howler of a mix-up there. Pickford's kind of hesitated coming out. The player's gone to head it back, and it's come off Pickford's knee and gone out for a corner. Horrific defending. Donny have got a corner here, so we'll see what happens. But
oh my!
Imagine you buy a ticket
just tried to score him from the halfway line. I've not seen a worse attempt in my life.
Well, imagine you buy tickets to the second night and they fall out on stage on the first. Just imagine it. You're getting 60 million each, aren't they?
What?
60 million each.
What? Okay, so that's the last time they'll ever do it. So make sure you get your tickets if you do want.
It's not though. It's not though. They've already teased, haven't they? They've already said that there'll be further dates added. So
really?
Yeah. So they'll do this initial. Everyone will panic and try and buy them.
I don't know.
They've not said that this is the last tour. They'll do new music.
In our live chat to Liam Gallagher. Anyone after tickets, I can sort you out. Come on, LG.
Christ almighty. We do get them.
Pretty much. I
don't think that's a real account. Maybe it is. I don't know.
No,
some might say it is. Some might say it's not.
Liam, we aren't in League One.
Yeah, right. So maybe I did say it, but I meant Bradford. But I like how John Cena said we aren't in League One, which means John Cena supports Bradford.
He is. He's a Bradford fan.
He worked there on Saturday. I couldn't see him.
I sat with the Bristol Rovers backroom staff on Saturday because we didn't have enough space on the bench for them all.
Do you know? Right. Why did they actually do that? Where they just go and sit in stands? Because if I was part of the staff, I'd be straight in hospitality and get my 3-course meal.
Well, yeah.
Right.
The working, Harry.
And?
Yeah, they were drinking Bovril. It's fine. But let me show you my 3-course meal on Saturday. That's branded steak.
That is disgusting. That is appalling.
Is that beans?
Yeah. So it was nearly kickoff, right? So this was served at 10:30. A breakfast would have been lovely, but in the absence, steak and basic beans.
Steak at 10:30.
Yeah, it's probably. It's probably more like 11 by then because we had like smoked salmon.
Second course. So you had smoked salmon at 10:30 in the morning for a starter, then a steak, chips, and beans at 11.
Yeah.
I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed.
I said that to Charlotte earlier when it turned out that her and her sister have found all of their birthday presents.
Have they? What have they got? Can we talk about it then?
The stuff that they found was all like makeup-y, like beauty skincare stuff.
Are they both into the same stuff?
No, they've got completely different. Like, I don't think they'll be listening to this. But, after we ruined Father Christmas for them, we probably shouldn't go there.
Remember that. Harry, you were here for that. Oh.
Do you know what age I found out?
Oh, no. Please don't say it was 9. Oh, little Harry.
I didn't give a fuck. I kind of knew 7. It when I stayed up one Christmas night when I was about 4 years of age and didn't realise he came downstairs. And then I saw my bike getting wheeled through by my mum and dad.
That's how my brother found out. My little brother found out because he was awake and they wheeled his bike in from the car and he could hear the wheels going as they were wheeling it down all the way. But I found my cousin told me when I was 7. But yeah, we did a Christmas special and we started talking about Santa not being real randomly. And then Hannah just froze and I clicked on at what had happened. And then we were just like, oh my God, because the thing is, it wasn't just Hannah's kids that were watching. They'd shared the link in a WhatsApp group with all their mates from school.
It was when we were trying to get TikTok numbers up or something so we could get 1,000 followers, so we could do a live with the Christmas dinner and a cup at County. That was what we were doing. And so they'd sent it round, and it was going out on live on TikTok because we were trying it. So all their little classmates are watching it as well.
But that were a fun one back, wasn't it?
Well, it turned out one of the limitations of TikTok was that didn't it only show the first 30 minutes or something like that? So
it disconnected.
It disconnected, and we hadn't realised, which actually was a good thing. I'm fairly sure that they probably haven't believed for a while, but they're gaslighting me into thinking that they do because it means that they still get presents. They probably think in their head that if I know that they know, then yeah.
Is that a Red Bull with a straw?
No, it's Diet Coke with a straw. Why would I be drinking? I have had coffee at dinner actually, which is not normal. Been out for my tea, Harry.
It's not a Taco Bell though.
It's not. I've not had Taco Bell since we had Taco Bell.
Leicester have gone 1-0 up against Tranmere. Preston have gone 3-0 up at Harrogate. I took Liv to Taco Bell about a month ago, something like that. A bit longer.
No.
How long ago?
About 5 or 6 months ago.
It wasn't 5 or 6 months because I went to the playoffs with Hannah and Harry in May, and that was the first time I'd gone in years. That was May. That was only 3 months ago.
Oh my God, it was in May. That seemed ages ago.
We went not long after you'd been.
We were about 5-6 weeks ago. I can pull it up on banking and just tell you when we went if you want.
Don't do that, Liam. We haven't got all year.
There's a search function on my bank. I can just type in taco. But yeah, we went. Do you know what? It was good.
Does it?
Is the menu different at different ones?
No.
I'm not sure. Don't think so.
Because do you know what we got? The one with like the hot sauce thing, where it was like that box and you got different bits.
What do they call it? It's like that. What's she called? The one that's married to John Legend. She's got a cookbook called the same thing.
Chrissy Teigen.
Chrissy Teigen's cookbook. Like,
I didn't see the Chrissy Teigen's cookbook on the Taco Bell screen.
no,
But
Can I
no,
just
they
say,
didn't have that same thing that we got.
do you know
Oh,
when you say to
really?
me, like, when you were asking me earlier about how bad our
Cravings.
referee was on a Saturday? One, in the first half, I was too drunk. Two, in the second half, I left in the 70th minute.
Yeah.
And I
Did
didn't
you?
I didn't watch the
You left
second half.
early.
I stood in the concourse, well, in the outside area, getting pissed on because I'd rather get rained on than go watch us in second half.
Fair.
Call me fake fan, but I've spent my money.
Have Mansfield sorted out the coming in and out of the stand to go to the concourse bit?
Find out next week on
Oh,
Lower
right.
League One look.
Right, okay. I'm sure that everyone's about as worried about it
I'm
as I
thinking
am.
of leaving my car in Mansfield next week and just getting pissed after in Swamp Hall.
Brighton have gone 1-up against Crawley.
Oh,
Oh, by the
Crawley
way, how well are
lost their
Crawley
first
doing?
game on Saturday.
Crawley lost.
Yeah, they
They
did.
should have won. This is the game they should have won, right?
Yeah.
And they lost.
How well are they doing though? Like again, he
Good.
is a phenomenal manager.
Honestly,
Yeah, and one of the things that Scott Lindsay said about Saturday was that he didn't know how they managed to lose because they were so dominant in terms of possession and yeah.
Hi, Sally. Sally's
Hi,
in the
Sally.
chat.
Good result at the weekend. I mean, I didn't join the 606 the other night because I was in the pub.
Well, they played Thursday night, didn't they?
Yeah, we did watch along,
yeah,
and they were.
And I tell you what, they were dominant.
If Danny Crowley weren't a Notts player, I'd have posters up in that wall of that lad. He is that good at football. Honestly.
Yeah, it was just a sheer domination.
I said that within first 5 minutes, you could just tell how that game was going to go.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it shouldn't have gone because the first goal, obviously offside. The second goal, a handball. If those don't get given, it's potentially. If those don't get given and then Notts concede first, it's a different night.
But the thing is, though, you can say that, but I always used to believe in that. Oh, these goals shouldn't have counted, but I think they'd have got goals regardless. Like in different situations, you know, they just looked. I hate to say it. Actually, I don't really have that much of a problem with Notts now. Chesterfield are in league again, but Notts genuinely looked like a promotion team, like a team that could go up.
Yeah. Huddersfield down to 10 men, and Stoke have just gone 2-0 up at Middlesbrough. Everton are on the edge of the box. It's deflected behind for a corner. That was going in if the defender didn't get a foot to that from Beto. Everton are kind of they're creating all the main chances. It wasn't Beto anyway, but Everton are the better team here at the minute, as you'd expect.
Can everyone rate my mate's tea?
Always.
What is it?
Mac and cheese with pulled pork.
No, absolutely not.
No. Too much pulled pork. It looks like pasta and sauce. Like, as in, yeah, it doesn't. It should be like lightly sprinkled, kind of.
I'm not a mac and cheese fan.
I want to ask you, I imagine you two's worked a notice period before, haven't you?
I worked a 3-month notice period.
What's it like?
It was horrendous because you've checked out mentally. Yeah. They're just trying to get you to do some work. 3 months was horrific. Absolutely
mine's only a month.
It's simple, really. It's simple, really, Harry. Going right before you're due to start, leave right when your finish time is, and do the absolute minimum that you can do whilst you're there.
Yeah.
Because they don't give a shit. like you say, if you've put your notice period and you said in the chat to us, like, there's not been really a discussion. Like, oh, that's a handball. I think there's a handball by a Doncaster player on the line. Oh.
Can I just say, if he gets a red card for that, he won't be able to play if they get knocked out tonight on Saturday.
I'm sure it's a handball. It's either the post or a handball. It's very close. Everton players are claiming it. There's a
Harrogate are now 4-0 down before half time. Liam,
there's
it's
an
gone
Everton
to
play.
half
Oh, we're
time
going to see
at
it from
your
this
game.
angle. Hang on. So the ball's been whipped in. It's volleyed. Oh no, it's not. It's not a handball. It's come straight off the post. It's not even touched his hand.
Well in, Liam. So now this is where we are saying we are sponsored by Specsavers.
Half time. And yeah, Harrogate 4-0 down at home against Preston.
So what have they been like, Liam? I know you don't obviously have any of their fans on 606.
I don't really know, to be fair. They're just Harrogate. I do think this is the season that they'll go down.
Do you?
Yeah.
I
think
feel
they'll
Didn't they start okay? Right, let's see what the Football League
Do you know
paper
who
has to
surprised me
say.
the most? Bromley. They've been
Well,
really
yeah.
good.
I mean, they've lost one game of Bromley. Don't get me wrong. We dismantled Bromley on Saturday.
Did you?
Oh yeah, we absolutely. The second half, we let them have the ball again. I can't understand why we do that. You go 2. Well, we were 2 up at the time, and it's like, why would you not turn the screw? You know, we had the opportunity there to go on and put 4, 5, 6 past them, because Bromley they just weren't there. They were down to 10 men after 8 minutes. Like, we should have gone on and done it, but we didn't, and we gave them an opportunity. They got a goal, and then we got our third, and it kind of ended any sort of hope for them. Well, so we got our third first, then they got their goal. It ended all hope for them. But do you know what? Fair play to Bromley fans. Like, you haven't seen a single. They're just so happy to be here.
Yeah, I know. It's mad, isn't it?
Yeah, like looking at them on social media, them posting pictures of like the ground and saying, "Look how far we've come." And it's like, yeah,
Well,
you've got a point. Like, it's mad.
Well, I turned up at Bradford for the first time when we first ever played you away in first season. You came down. We was in League 2, shock horror.
Yeah.
And I just sat there and I thought, what the fuck are we doing? And we'd have been in League 2 for about 5 seasons. I was like, what the fuck are we doing?
Yeah. Well, it's like when Grant came down for the first season we were doing this, he came down for the Bradford Hartlepool game. And obviously, because I was working there at the time, I got us in early. I took us down onto the pitch and stuff, and he just stood there going, "How's this in League 2?" And it was like, well, it's in League 2 because unfortunately we're shit on the pitch. But like, he was having photos and stuff on the pitch.
And at that point, they were probably shit on your pitch.
You were what?
They were probably shit on your pitch, as in how shit your pitch was.
No, it was all right. It was fine back then. Yeah,
was it?
We've only had a shit pitch once, really, and that was last season.
Liam, I think it was, we played you in December once, and it was god awful.
No, it weren't.
Yeah, we lost 2-0.
It was when we played them in December last year.
Yeah, you played us 3 games, 3 days. That game shouldn't have been on, Hannah.
I know.
Your team tried to get that game off.
I know.
Charlie was up there asking for the game to be off because the referee was inspecting it, and Bradford were adamant. And to be fair, it was right because you guys liked to play football. And from a Bradford perspective, it was no one's putting the ball on the floor on this pitch today and passing it. The only way anyone can succeed is hoofing it and playing long ball, and that was our strength. I mean, look, we got. I'm still quite happy. I know that you guys, obviously, you went up, Hannah, but we didn't lose against you last season. And at the away game, we should have beaten you, clearly, like by a long way.
Harry, well, this is what I said about, Mansfield were one of, if not the only team that took 6 points off us last season.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we didn't lose. I
only
didn't lose to either of you last year.
3 points off us.
I'm the only one who can sit here and say, I didn't lose to any of your teams last year. But then Hannah's won the league, so what does it matter? Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, Hannah single-handedly won the league. I've just found a new section in the Football League paper, which has got all the stats in, which has made me really happy.
To be
Because
fair, Hannah, you've spent more time with that trophy than what your own players have.
Yeah, 100%, easily, like by many multiples. But it's got a section there's a story at the end about Ollie Norwood signing for County, but Sally's just said as well about Woods signing a new 3-year contract.
Massive
was announced on Friday.
Who
and then
signed?
Ollie Norwood.
3 years?
Kyle Wotton's 3 years, but yeah, Ollie Norwood's 3 years as well.
The fuck is that? He's 33.
So don't be so bloody ageist.
I'm not, but
that's not that old.
Is it for a football?
Yeah, hang on, Harry. At the end of his contract, he'll only be my age. Piss off.
Yeah, but Liam, you're probably at the age where you wear socks in bed.
Harry, I've got Liv sat next to me now, and she will confirm I'm at the age where I still wear fuck all in bed. Guys
yeah,
are lucky,
as we know from the David Artell interview.
I was just about to say, you're lucky that I'm wearing clothes right now. It's 20 to 9. What?
Happened on this interview.
Oh, so I wasn't doing the interview. They were, but I was producing it. So I was watching in the background, and when it finished, I came into the interview room, but I were in bed naked.
Right.
So Dave Artell's obviously a manager in League Two.
We're
and he
very
was like,
professional, Liv.
Yeah. He texted me afterwards and he was like, I've done a lot of things in my career. He said, like, I've played at Wembley. I've seen my team. I've managed my team at Wembley. He says, never been interviewed naked. He was like, that's a first for me. I was like, buzzing. Let's do it again sometime. Believe it or not. So I spoke to someone connected with Pete Wild today.
All right.
About the potential of the Blackpool job.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's all hypothetical at the minute, but I said, if Pete Wild goes to Blackpool, we need the interview, which is fine. We've been told that's absolutely fine. I've said, I want to do it on the big one at Pleasure Beach.
Oh, my God.
Just do laps of the big one on the Pleasure Beach. And yeah, have each go around with the question, so he gets asked the question on the way up, and he has to answer it as we're coming down. I think that would be incredible, and I think Blackpool and the Pleasure Beach would be all over that.
Well, it would also have to be done in their away kit, which is inspired by the what's it called? By the Pleasure Beach.
I don't know. I ain't seen it.
Yeah, it's kind of ready. Yeah, it's inspired by a roller coaster, and it's all wiggly lines and stuff because they're sponsored by the Pleasure Beach.
Hannah,
I think that'd be quite fun to do. And Richard O'Donnell's the goalkeeper, I know him as well, so we could get him involved. I think it'd be great to interview on one of the just different questions on different rides at the thing, but we could even include like Nickelodeon Land on the kids' rides.
Right, Hannah, on the 606 on Thursday, watch along. It went to 606, the watch along on Thursday.
Yeah,
right. Liam were trying to do the outro. And he pissed me off that much that night. I just kept going on soundboard and just clicking.
Yeah, he did. He kept clapping, and I had to take his speaking rights off him, Hannah.
Harry.
Yeah,
and then next thing you know, someone, I forgot who else were in it, but because I did it, someone else goes on soundboard as he's got rid of mine.
Yeah, I genuinely.
Was this Notts County Grimsby? I can't. What was I doing on Thursday that I couldn't?
You don't know. You said you were turning up for it, and then just didn't.
I feel like I was doing something.
God knows. To be fair, it weren't planned anyway. It was a. I thought that the deadline day was the next day, and then someone reminded me that it wasn't, and then reminded me that there was a game that night. I was like, okay, we'll just do a watch along. It were actually a really, really good one.
Yeah. I took the girls to the Trafford Centre, and then we went to Slim Chickens. That was it. And then I had to wait at the Trafford Centre longer than intended because I'd ordered two good to go bags from Millie's and Krispy Kreme.
You did. You texted us to say that you'd got the Millie's too good to go.
So that was
Stoke are 5-0. Stoke are 5-0 up at Middlesbrough.
Yeah, I've just seen.
Stoke have got one of my favourite kits this season in that all black one. Have you seen it? It's like black on black in terms of the Betfair logo, and and someone else has got one as well. Is it Link? I think it's Lincoln. Nice. I like it a lot.
What's a Lincoln?
Again, same, like black on black. I think. I know that someone else. It might not be Lincoln, but
I don't think you got the joke. I've tried.
No, you'll have only seen their home kit, Harry. You'll have only seen their home kit.
I don't think I did. I weren't seeing much that day, mate. I'm pissed. I'm gone. I liked it. I'm gone.
I can't wait to I'm going to identify you in the crowd on Saturday, and
you will see me
timestamp when Harry leaves the ground.
We saw you in the crowd on Saturday, Anna.
Yeah, we did.
Yes. I was basically
I was spotted,
the Bristol backroom team, so
I was spotted, right? For the third goal, you can see me walking back to my seat for the second half, right? But then the third goal goes in, and this is where you can see me just turn back around and walk straight back out.
How did Lincoln play though? Was it just a bad day for you, or were Lincoln just that good?
Oh, I'm going to sound so bitter, but they weren't that good. Look at the goals. The goals weren't that good. It weren't like they outplayed us. Look at the goals. Genuinely.
And that would be consistent with how they've played for the start of the season. They've been, all right.
Topsy-turvy. Right.
Can you guys hear that rain, by the way?
No.
No, but it is raining here as well.
It's just really started hammering it down here.
I was on a podcast last week and it got darker and darker and darker. And then the sky went a bit orangey. And I just watched Twisters. So I was convinced that a tornado was coming and we were about to die.
This is the first goal, guys.
That's League Two. Harry, it's good to see that you've not let the League Two leave the club.
No, first. This is where it gets worse. Wait.
So, Hannah, what did you think of Twisters?
I actually really enjoyed it.
I think it's really good. Really good. It did annoy me that they had dot whatever it is, dot 3, but they never acknowledge how they actually got dot 3 from the first film.
Yeah, fair.
Is that the third
comes
one?
Into the box?
They're all very samey goals.
And then
you guys are not doing great defending those opportunities, are you?
But that's kind of the point, isn't it? It's unlucky to concede one, but when you concede 4 of them, you've got no excuses because you've not learned from.
We just look like idiots,
Edgeworth.
I'm happy for that to happen again. So you reckon that Fraser Blake Tracy's back on Saturday?
Yeah, he is the dog's bollocks. He's going to be the saviour. When we sign someone that's going to be a miracle worker.
Like a Swindon player. Yeah.
We're not going to sign a Swindon player, I don't think. No, we're not signing.
No, FBT was a Swindon player.
Yeah, but he's the dog's bollocks. He is going to be... he's just sick.
Is he going to be transformational like he was at Swindon last season?
He's going to change lives on Saturday. I'm telling you. But I'm hoping for 3 more signings, 3 players out. There is rumours of Will Swan going.
Yes.
MK Dons,
and he was on the bench for you on Saturday, wasn't he?
Which, allegedly is for £200,000.
All right.
Which I will drive him there for that price.
We've got Jake Young. We've got Jake Young to Fleetwood. Is the thing.
Really?
But he hasn't.
I thought he was going. Oh, I was going to say. I thought he was going to a League 2 team.
Fleetwood are League 2.
I know.
Oh, that's a joke.
I'm just looking. I'm trying to keep up with the comments here. But yeah, no, Jake Young hasn't accepted an offer yet.
I just thought, Liam Gallagher, are you relocating to a different Morrison's if you're leaving Ellen Road?
It's not Elland Road, Hannah. That's where Leeds play.
No, he works at Morrison's Elland Road.
He doesn't.
Doesn't
He works
he?
at Morrison's Elland. It's a
Right.
little village.
Is
a
it
little
not the
village.
same?
No, it's in Halifax. Elland Road is definitely in Beeston in Leeds.
No, I knew that, but I'm shit at geography. I don't know how far away Bradford is.
So essentially, I think Elland Road to Elland itself is. Let me think about it. It's probably similar distance of Rochdale to Huddersfield.
Yeah, but he does drive now, so
He does drive. He didn't
Harry,
drive.
I've just been asked, Harry, I had that vape. Did you find it in Santa? Because if you did, it's mine. No, mate. I lost my own vape in Magaluf. I say
It's just
lost,
a
I dropped it down.
vape underground cartel across Europe.
Yeah, because Liam Gallagher, if he's relocating, I could go and
I'm
visit
telling you
that
now,
particular Morrison's.
This is too good to be true. Like, them getting back together is too good to be true. They're going to fall out.
No, because they want the money, don't they?
They'll fall out before it starts.
Launch shit at each other at the family Christmas dinner. Brussels sprouts go all of it, Gav.
No, Peggy will sort them out.
Yeah, might do, hopefully. I can't wait. I'm itching. I'm going to be sat on Ticketmaster at like 4 in the morning.
That won't do you any good.
No, it won't.
Well, hopefully you'll get the pre-sale ballot thing.
Oh, if I do, I'll be like doing cartwheels around my room. Well, not in my room, but in my hotel room. But you know.
Have you seen the hotel rooms are already extortionate? Like in Manchester, the cheapest hotel room for one of the nights that they're on is like 270 quid.
That's not that bad.
We've said that if we go, we'll aim for Manchester, but if not, we're going to go Scotland because Liv's got family up there, so we don't need to really worry about accommodation.
Do Manchester, and you can camp in the shed.
No, do you know what we said about Manchester? We said we genuinely would sleep on the floor if it meant we could get to watch them in our lads group chat.
Oh, bless you. Well, you can put your tent up in my garden. I'll come and pick you up from Heaton Park. And yeah.
Well, with these 60-mile-an-hour winds, I think your tent might end up on next door neighbour's back garden.
Well, no, we've got decent fences.
Oh, decent.
Yeah. The trampoline's gone though now. The trampoline's gone as of like a few days ago.
I've broke my wrist before on a trampoline.
Did I send you the picture of the trampoline in Bradford?
No.
Here you go. I'm going to send it to you now, guys. This was on the day of all the wins. Pretty incredible. I won't lie. Christ, where is it?
Right, I'm going to get a drink. So if someone wants to put me backstage, be my guest.
No, just leave it. It's fine.
Leave him in. Oh, he's
got himself. Oh right, yeah. So this thing where when Harry goes and the audio thing disappears with audio only, that's because I was trialing the settings so that if we had a live StreamYard based 606, we can have people join and you can just hear them. So knowing that not everyone is necessarily comfortable having cameras on, then it's the way around it. They can just join with audio and it's like an actual phone in.
Fair play. I like that. I didn't think you could do that. You didn't used to be able.
Yeah, so that's because I was looking at, I think it was Oldham do a phone in, not actual Oldham, but an Oldham podcast do a phone in. And that's how they do it. Pardon?
Boundary Park alert system, isn't it?
No. Oh, what? Is that real?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a trampoline on someone's roof.
It's a different one. But yeah, that's how they do it, and I thought it was worth a go because Harry and I did the 606, and basically we had to wait until Thursday to have the energy to redo a podcast. So we thought we might try and do it this way.
It's hard. It is hard.
Well, because we talked through a lot of the games when we did the 606. So we just felt like we'd be repeating ourselves. So we thought if we can combine the two, then that might be fun.
Yeah, no, it is difficult.
I'll tell you what, Heaton Park's not far from Salford. You could
stay at Will's house.
Talk to Will and get like a minibus from Salford to Heaton Park.
I could sleep in Bucks Bar.
You could
sleep in Bucks Bar.
Well, Shrewsbury Bolton's still goalless, and the Bolton players are back on the pitch. No sign of the Shrewsbury.
Apparently, it's kicking off. It's kicking off at Millwall. Pitch invader.
Shrewsbury players are sauntering back on.
Just trying to get the Millwall game on now. See what I can see. We have had a goal. Crawley losing 2-0 to Brighton.
Oh. I was disappointed to see Crawley lose on Saturday. And especially since it sounds like they played really, really good football. I think, I was quite highly invested in them being the complete underdogs and taking everyone by surprise.
Yeah.
But you look at the stats and it's one of those where they've got the possession, they've got the shots on target, they've got the successful passes. It's not one that they should have lost.
No.
Before I come back on camera, guys.
Yeah.
Guess what drink I've got?
DKD.
No.
Reese. I don't know. What do children drink nowadays?
Fanta. I'm surprised you didn't have an umbongo.
A what?
Umbongo.
What's
you don't know what umbongo is?
Down in the jungle.
They drink it in the Congo.
Yeah. Harry, when I go to America in October, I'll bring you back American Fanta. It's like it's got no actual orange juice in it.
And it's like radioactive coloured, isn't it?
Cheetos and Fanta are made from the same thing.
They've just conceded of Grimsby. Chef Wednesday have scored. So it's 1-1 in that game.
Shrewsbury.
Millwall on the break, by the way. It's a heavy pass.
Oh, I've just realised. Carabao Cup, it's 90 minutes and then pens, isn't it?
Straight to pens.
Oh, no. Yeah. No, or is it, do you get extra time? No, just 90 minutes and then pens.
Straight to pens.
Oh.
Can we talk about players that are still available, by the way?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hakeeb Adelakan.
Yeah. Is he?
He's played today in another PFA friendly.
Did he? I'd love to. Can you watch those? Are they open or are they behind closed doors?
Shrewsbury 0.
Everton 1.
Oh, Harry, what you mean? There's an actual goal and this far behind.
Everton have gone 1-0 up.
What minute are you in?
45-58.
You are so far behind.
Bloody.
Yeah, Everton have gone 1-0 up. So it's Keane. Keane's played it out to the wing. It's cut inside, pass to the edge of the area. Oh, it's a sloppy goal to concede. Keeper's blindsided by defenders massively. But yeah, it's 1-0 to Everton. 52 minutes gone.
But you see, Bolton have just played it back to the goalkeeper. That's how far behind I am. Right. Lovely pass through. I don't know who it is. Oh,
Chef Wednesday have just scored again. 2 minutes.
Right. We've just gone off the side netting for Bolton and we're at 46 minutes 40.
Tranmere are 2-0 down to Leicester. And Chef Wednesday, yeah, they've turned it around in 2 minutes of Chef Wednesday. It's now
What's the
It's
score in
2.
Blackpool?
1-0 Blackburn.
1-0
Barnsley
Barnsley.
have just gone 1-0 up at against Sheffield United as well.
I don't think I'll ever. I mean, I was fully expecting it, but getting beaten 6-1 by Blackburn
I mean, I don't
was
say
not one of my
Sheffield United fans
favourite.
watching,
No.
but some can beat Barnsley away and some can't.
Crew are beating Liverpool under 21s 4-1.
Who?
Oh gosh, has that
beaten
started
Liverpool?
already? I'm going to Accrington next Tuesday.
What for?
Crew are beating Liverpool under 21s.
Oh,
Didn't you beat Liverpool in the 21s last? Oh, this might be the goal.
Huddersfield 2-0 up at Walsall.
No, it wasn't the goal. Are you sure it happened, Harry?
yeah. 52nd minute. I say 2-2.
52nd minute? Are you joking?
What are you on?
47 now.
Hannah, you need to refresh your stream.
I can't. How do I do that? I'm watching it on Sky Plus.
Yeah, Hannah, you're 12 minutes behind.
That's ridiculous.
You should be 57 minutes into the game.
Sky, this shit wouldn't happen if I had one of those fire sticks, would it?
It wouldn't, but we don't condone.
Well, no, but it did, didn't it? I was always loads behind, but never that far behind, in fairness.
Yeah, Huddersfield 2-0 up at Walsall.
Right, watch live. Let's see where it's going to take me back into.
Do you know what I found amazing? What I found amazing, and I've tweeted out about it, is that how fast Stevenage fans have turned on Steve Evans since he left.
Yeah, well, he is a dickhead. What do you expect?
Yeah, the way he left and the timing of it was he could have finished the season up with them and then gone.
One thing I do regret is not acting like I love Steve Evans during the start of the season, getting an interview with him to just fucking call him a little rat.
We've got an interview with Steve Evans. We've just never done it.
I think
Good.
Bolton might have been a replay.
Good. He's a rat.
All Huddersfield in this game, but now Walsall are breaking.
Well,
quite easily.
It's been all Huddersfield in every game. They're the only team in League One that have won all of their games, like League and Cup, since the beginning of the season.
Aren't Charlton 3 for 3 as well?
They might be 3. No, I don't think so. Because
Thomas Asante's just scored.
No, Charlton are 3 for 3, but they can't have won in the. I know they must have done.
In the cup.
So
yeah, they lost against Birmingham in the cup. But Charlton are 3 for 3 with non-conceded as well. Same as you, but you've scored more.
But they didn't win in the cup, whereas Huddersfield did.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So 9 minutes.
No, 9 minutes
into Matt O'Reilly's debut for Brighton. He is just gone and got injured by Ronan Darcy of Crawley.
Oh, beautiful. I love Darcy.
I love him too.
He's a very good player.
I'm a bit gutted because obviously I can't go to Crawley. Oh, I can.
I'm going to Crawley on the 14th of September.
Who's gutted that they can't go to Crawley?
Because it's a Tuesday night.
I've done Crawley twice on a Tuesday night. Sort it out.
I did Crawley twice in 3 months. We played them like 2 games before the end of the season and then the opening game of the following season. It wasn't good. I also went down and did a Friday night, stayed down there for 3 days. I did Oh, I actually did. And so I did Crawley Hartlepool on the Friday night. The Saturday, I did Mansfield and Stevenage at Stevenage.
Oh yes,
The most drab 0-0 I've ever seen.
it was bad.
Yeah, it was horrific. And then England went out of the World Cup against France in the evening. It wasn't good.
What? Wait, Mansfield Stevenage.
Yeah.
Wait, is that literally like the worst 0-0 like ever?
Yes.
Oh my! I went to that, and I genuinely think I've never lost like my head so much at a game. Like just about that.
It were like -3. It was a Saturday afternoon. It was freezing cold, and there was just nothing at all from either team.
We were so bad, genuinely awful.
Oh, batteries in this remote down. So, scores on the doors, guys. 5-0 Stoke against Middlesbrough. Barnsley are beating Sheffield United 1-0. Barrow and Derby's 0-0. Blackburn are 1-0 up against Blackpool. Crawley are losing 2-0 to Brighton. Coventry have just gone 1-up against Oxford. Everton are beating Doncaster 1-0. Fleetwood are still 2-1 against Rotherham. Grimsby are losing 2-1 to Sheff Wednesday. They were 1-up. Harrogate are 4-0 down at home to Preston. Leicester 2-0 up at against Tranmere. Leyton Orient 1-0 up at Millwall. QPR and Luton's 1 apiece. Bolton are beating Shrewsbury 1-0. Huddersfield are 2-0 up at Walsall. Watford are beating Plymouth 1-0. Birmingham are 2-0 down at home at Fulham. And Crystal Palace are beating Norwich 1-0. Those are the scores on the doors in this competition.
Ooh. So I've just found out I start my new job on the 3rd of October, which means I finish work on the 27th where I'm at now, which means Crawley Way is on the October 1st, which means I'm off on the Wednesday. And that means I can go to Crawley Way.
Do it. Get down there.
I'm doing it. And I've made friends with a lot of Crawley fans. So, actually, speak to Preston, get me in hospitality. Thank you.
Can have a chat with Preston. It's over now. He lives here.
I know he does. I know.
Well, I've worked out why I've been so far behind. It's just because it keeps buffering.
Yeah, this Walsall Huddersfield game is buffering weirdly.
You know what? The actual quality when it works of Sky is quality. Like different class. Like the different angles you get and everything. But then when it's buffer, iFollow does not buffer this much.
It's poor. It's poor. Poor distribution.
When the quality works, it's like different class. Like it's what you want as a fan. But when it's not, it's fucking pants.
Yeah.
Whereas iFollow were perfect balance. Weren't the best.
Shit quality and shit coverage.
Yeah, at least it was consistent.
Yeah. What's going to happen with Hinchliffe, Anna?
Well, I mean, he's bench warming at the moment.
Surely.
We obviously Adai has been starting. Charlie has this thing where it makes doing your fan hub really easy unless there are random injuries, because he'll keep a winning team the same. So it was always going to be the case that whoever started, unless they fucked up badly, they would kind of hold that position until and poor Ben's kind of starting appearance this season was the 6-1 loss against Blackburn, which we had 6 16-year-olds and 4 17-year-olds starting. Not starting, but playing. So it wasn't, it at one point it was Blackburn against Ben Hinchliffe. He was named in the PFA players team of the season. His trophy. Guess how his trophy was spelt?
Yeah, it was spelt incorrectly, wasn't it?
Well, that's why I said it the first time, and then you both corrected me very
Yeah,
but you also call them Salford.
Salford. Yeah.
It is Salford.
It's not. Put it this way, Harry. I'm going to say this to you now.
not.
Every time you did it, I used to get a message from somebody at Salford saying, "Can you correct him, please?"
Salford, 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 Salford.
Like, genuinely, it's still wrong.
No, right.
No, we used to get on well with Salford. Please don't erode it. So Ben,
might have done stuff, to be honest.
I can't imagine that Ben will go anywhere else. He's
going to be goalkeeper coach one day or something.
He might go to any Stobart.
But we'll see. Oh, Bolton have got a free kick just outside the area. So I think he'll get his time either, through a die getting a knock or, having a bad run. I mean, it's the worst possible start for Ben Hinchliffe in terms of 3 wins on the trot, 3 clean sheets on the trot. I don't know how he could make a case that Charlie should change that.
I don't know how you've got 3 clean sheets on the trot after watching. He's such he's mad.
Guys, I'm actually so happy because I've gone from thinking I'm going to end up doing 45 out of 46 in the league this season to knowing I can do 46 out of 46 now.
Now
I'm really happy.
Hang on, because you said you couldn't come to us either.
I can now. We've turned that plan off because of a new job.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm happy to do that. So
that's exciting, but it won't be on that Saturday.
Yeah, but then my holiday's refreshed, which means I will be able to book half day in for the Tuesday night.
Hannah, watch your stream.
Is this from this free kick? I'm on 63 minutes though now. God knows when the actual goal is.
You're close.
Am I? Right, so it's out for a corner.
Oh, Liam, you're a good score updater, Rivera. Everton are 1-0 up at Doncaster. Cheers for letting us know.
Oh, that's Sunny Singh.
What, Harry?
Everton are beating Doncaster.
Yeah.
You didn't tell me that.
Harry, not only did I tell you that, I talked through the goal in great detail.
Was I getting my Fanta?
Oh, God,
I don't know. Hannah, we've got a similar situation at us though with Bobby Point and similar to Hinchliffe in that he's coming off the bench and he looks good, and people are going, he came up on Saturday and he scored and people are going, oh, he's got to start now. But it's who do you drop?
Yeah,
and
that's going to be our issue because we've still got a lot of players out injured. Yeah. And Lewis Bate didn't play on Saturday because he's been nursing something. But obviously, we've got Ollie Norwood in. And one of the things that Charlie said on Saturday is that by the time we get to Crawley, we'll have 4 or 5 back. But then it's where do they go?
Yeah, well, that's us. And I've been saying to people who are going, "Oh, Poynton's got to start," and I love Bobby Poynton.
Yeah,
but make me an argument for anyone dropping,
right?
Because Sars is playing really well.
I was going to say, how are my boys doing?
Sars is doing really well. Burn is dependable.
Yeah,
I'll put it lightly. When I've watched Bradford play, which is twice now, I've genuinely thought
just seen the goal.
Very poor.
He's weirdly been a threat on set pieces.
Yeah, can imagine that.
But the issue is, if those set pieces don't go to plan and we get counter-attacked, he hasn't got the legs to get back.
No, he's one of those players though that's quite deceptive, and he used to get a lot of stick from county fans for being lazy. And then you look at his distance travelled during a game, and it's phenomenal. He is. I don't know whether it's his body type or something. I remember someone saying like this time last year, like he's put too much weight on. He's a beast. I was like, I saw him in Spain. There wasn't an ounce of fat on him. I think he's he looks stockier in, I was going to say in clothes, but effectively that's true. I mean, he was walking around in swimming shorts, so you saw a different side of him. Yeah, I think. And Burn.
Oh no, that was Burn. I was talking
that
about
was Burn. Yeah. But Sars is similar in terms of. Yeah, but he is more creative than.
Yeah,
than
I
Burn,
I can't pick any faults with Sars.
Yeah.
He's very, very, very good at what he does. Burn is just very. We're gonna sign a defender this week. Yeah. We have to sign a defender this week. We haven't got an old school rough and ready League Two defender.
Right. And that's the thing, like we saw much less of Burn last season because Fraser was probably one of our only players that didn't get injured. Whereas the season before, he was a decent backup for Fraser being out injured, and he was out for a fair bit. But
I know
I think that's probably it, isn't it? Like decent backup.
I'll be back in a jiffy, guys.
Sorry, Harry.
Wait, what? Where's Liam gone?
He said I'll be back in 2 seconds.
Oh, I know. It's Birmingham, and they've pretty much got like a championship team. But there isn't actually that much difference in the quality in this game.
Well, I mean, this is the thing, isn't it? Like, given the amount that they've invested, and does it add up to like 15 million or something now?
It adds up to something daft, like proper daft.
Yeah, but and I've seen them kind of getting pelters from people who are a little bit uneducated about what FFP actually is and whether it actually exists in League One and all sorts of other nonsense. But this is my point. And, when we were talking to Marshall about this the other week, Birmingham have recruited heavily, as have Rotherham. And actually Steve Evans has made that point that they're not, Rotherham particularly, but Birmingham as well, are not running rings around people yet. And I think and that's why I was saying to Marshall, I'd almost rather play them now and, when they're not firing on all cylinders and have my pants pulled down as much as, we might at the beginning of December when they are at full strength and will make us look stupid.
Yeah, like, I'm not being funny. It's still an extended pre-season in my eyes. This 5-6 games.
Well, this is the thing. Like Louis Barry has been playing about 70 minutes, and I was watching him when he came. Like he was the same at Blackpool. He kind of not limps off, but he's clearly not comfortable. And then he was stood up. Turning around, signing autographs of some kid that had come, like hanging over the dugout, and he looked in pain. And it's just cramp. He's not had a proper full pre-season. He's not had the, that progressive, like proper beasting at fitness, and then kind of working through to match fitness and building up and playing together. I mean, obviously he played some games for Villa, but, he's not had the same pre-season that the rest of the lads have had. But what's been happening is, like, at 70 minutes, he goes off, Fevs comes on, and Fevs, I can't wait for you to see them all play on Saturday because, you can't, because as a football fan,
he's back.
Fevs is great to watch.
Everton 2-0.
I love it when we just go to speak about football and in comes Liam. Score update, by the way, guys.
Yeah, Everton
Nothing
2-0,
sums up
Watford
us, man.
2-0, Leicester 3-0, Sheff Wednesday 3-1 up against Grimsby. Walsall have come from 2-0 down to 2-2 against Huddersfield at home.
Back to League One on Saturday, one of the biggest shocks for me was, and this isn't a Wrexham thing, but it's more a Reading thing, was Reading losing 3-0 to Wrexham, given how strong they have been in the first 2 games of the season. To losing like that was the biggest surprise result for me.
This is why I'm still saying, like, I'm not saying it because my team got back, but I might be. But it is like an extended pre-season. Like these results can happen early on, where we get battered.
Well, that's exactly what Grant McCann was saying this time last season. They'd lost to, I think it was Harrogate, and
they did. They got battered by Harrogate.
Yeah, and it was the point of I need patience, which was why 10 games in, when they were still massively underperforming, like, well, how much patience do you want? But that was exactly his point. Players are not firing. He gave it as a percentage in terms of what percent he thought they were there, and I think it was maybe like 65-70% in terms of full match fitness.
You're thinking also, I mean, not with Mansfield, but because we've got a fair bit of squad depth compared to Reading. Reading are playing with the same team week in, week out because of how streamlined their squad is due to this embargo.
Is there
no, it's not done yet.
Is it not gone through yet? Because Kuig was supposed to take over like beginning of this week, wasn't it? It was all supposed to go through.
Yeah, and it's not.
But I've not seen anything else.
Blackburn have equalised. No, is it Blackburn?
Blackpool.
No, Blackpool have equalised.
Wow.
Right.
Who's the caretaker manager?
Don't know, actually. Not 100% sure, but I'm expecting
no, I know. It's what's his face? Was at Forest Green Rovers last season, and I felt really sorry for him when we played them because he looked entirely broken.
Oh, the defender.
He used to play for Derby, did he?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Sheffield United just equalised against Barnsley.
That's going to annoy me. I'm going to Google.
Keogh.
Yes, Richard Keogh. Yeah.
Yeah, Sheffield United have just equalised against Barnsley as well. No, they haven't. Have they? It came up saying it was a goal, and it's disappeared. Yeah, Everton are just they've taken complete control of this now. Like top to bottom, everything about this is now Everton. I know it's only against Doncaster, which is obviously 3 divisions below, but
it'll do them good as the confidence boost, because I don't imagine there's an awful lot of that around there at the moment.
No, not at all.
What I want to know is, why would you stop at the end of the game to go to a train station and start howling abuse of players? Like, what the fuck are they doing?
I don't know, where did that come from?
Football fans are just different.
That's what Everton fans did.
Oh, really? I've not seen, no.
Yeah, they waited at the train station for the players coming in and then just started abusing them.
Wow.
Walsall are 3-2 up against Huddersfield.
They were 2-0 down.
No, really?
Yeah.
Just scored a third against Huddersfield.
Is it Nathan Lowe by any chance?
And they've also missed a penalty. Lowe has scored the first 2 and missed a penalty. I don't know who scored the third one.
Right, fuck it. That's what I'm putting on. I'm done with Shrewsbury Bolton.
I feel for Shrewsbury, by the way. I really do. I think.
What did you say the score was, Liam? 2-2 or 3-2?
3-2.
Still showing us 2-2 on the homepage, but it might be that it's a bit shit.
I wish I had a bet on Unibet. They were 8-1 before game.
So it's an Gordon.
Oh, and Huddersfield have got one sent off as well.
Yeah, Gordon's put it's kind of a cross. It looked like it were going wide, and it's deflected off the defender into the bottom corner. I think it'll go down as an own goal.
Just because, Helik, own goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need to do my EFL fantasy, actually. Cheers for reminding me, guys.
I had a good week last week, apart from having Lewis Bates. Because he didn't play.
Could I just ask, what points did you get? Because I don't know what was a good week last week.
70 something.
I had two players who didn't play because I forgot to change it. And they were both injured. And I still got 62 points, which I think is good considering I had no defenders.
I had the Leeds keeper and the Leeds defender, and obviously they played on the Friday night. And then I had Alfie May. And
Chef Wednesday have just got a forfeit at Grimsby.
Oh dear.
Here's my tip of the week: Danny Crowley to be captain for your dream team.
Oh really?
Yes. That's what I'm going with.
Liam, how is sentiment about David Artell in the Grimsby fan base at the moment? Not good.
It's not good.
No.
It's not good. I mean, I watched. Sam Hornby's in goal for Walsall. Forgot.
Oh yeah.
I watched. Who did? I watched them play Notts, and they just didn't have anything about them similar to Swindon. By the way, Blackpool have gone 2-1 up against Blackburn.
No way.
Yeah, and
so, right, the way things the way things work at the moment. So Cambridge, we've played Cambridge, we've played Blackpool. Blackpool's played Cambridge. We've played Blackburn. We've played Blackpool, but we sacrificed our team against Blackburn to be fit for Blackpool. But that's the 6-1 loss, 3-0 win. The math doesn't math.
I'm sorry to be a pain. Liam, what do you fancy your chances against Grimsby away this weekend?
Yeah, I would, after what he said about Bradford and what we know about Grimsby.
We should. Yeah, there shouldn't be a problem.
I'm going to go Notts County away at Swindon as well. So Bradford and Swindon. Notts County. Bradford and Notts County.
Yeah, Bradford, Notts County. If I'm looking here, let's go to Saturday's games. If it's League Two that I'm looking at here, I'm going for Bradford, Notts County.
Jack Payne will have a good week, won't he, against what you call it?
He will, but Accrington are a team that you don't want to bet against.
Are they?
Yeah,
I'd say out of our league, there's only those two games where you would kind of feel it's a banker.
Well, I've gone with what you call it, Jack Payne, to have a good game. So I've got him in.
It's 2 12:30 kickoffs as well. So we obviously fly out to Germany on Friday morning, and I found a spa in Cologne, but it's also a water park.
Oh my god!
So I'm not big on spas, but Liv is. Liv's not huge on water parks, but I am. So I'm like, why don't we spend?
I can imagine you being like a child.
Oh, mate, we bought my little girl a slide for garden, and I swear I nearly pushed her over trying to get up there first. Give me 2 minutes. I'm just getting a phone call. I'll be back.
I'm struggling to see how the peacefulness, tranquility of a spa can be juxtaposed with a water park. Although that's what Centre Parks is, right? Like Centre Parks has water park kind of and spa.
Well, I am not a spa person. I am straight water park. Like, I am the water park part of the spectrum.
I'm definitely not water park because I had my eyes lasered, and
3-1.
I've got this thing before I had my eyes lasered, I wore contact lenses, and I remember going to one of the big water parks in Florida and being terrified that I was going to lose my contact lenses, to the extent that I didn't enjoy it at all. And I've just not gone back. Also, water parks in Florida, like walking up however many flights of stairs when it's hot and sweaty and horrible.
Yeah.
Not for me.
Well, we've kind of, my thought is, because it's going to be 30 degrees there on Saturday. So my thought is we'll go first thing in the morning. There's like saunas and spas and stuff in there. So we'll do the treatments. I'll have a mess about and think. And then the sun loungers in like this massive garden area that they've got. And I'm like, just lie down and I can watch Bradford Grimsby.
Oh, it's sunny on Saturday.
Is it?
So, yeah.
Because last time I went to Mansfield, the kickoff got delayed because it rained for about 5 minutes.
Yeah, we still had a shit pitch in August.
I'd been to Wimbledon the week before, and it had been like beautiful baking sunshine. And then a week later, I was at Mansfield, and it was pissing it down.
It's beautiful, isn't it, Mansfield?
Preston have gone 5 up at Harrogate.
I've parked in that. I'm parking in that car park at the bottom of the hill again.
Where?
Like, so you know where the retail park is?
Yeah.
So down from the ground, like if you walk right down that road to the bottom, there's a car park that's like a pay by phone type car park, but you can pay in advance as well, and it's reasonably priced.
Right, I've got a complaining to. Right, some of our fans are complaining at this new point system. Right.
Oh yeah.
So all the people with like season ticket now who haven't got enough points, they're all complaining about it. We're on to Wickham, right? In about a couple of weeks' time. We haven't sold many tickets, but then are these people still going to be the same ones who miss out because they haven't got enough points?
What do you mean?
For like one of the, like, let's say Birmingham, for instance, who are going to complain about that and say, oh, well, I haven't got enough points for it, it's not fair, blah, 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 blah. But yeah, you could have gone to Wickham and gained a point, but you're not gone.
Yeah. Well, we had that at the end of last season because people knew that for Wrexham, it was going to be. So we'd had it early on in the season because Harrogate had half their stand shut. And so we used it then. And we used it then for Salford away at some point. And then, so I think it was 5 games for Harrogate, 10 games for Salford, and then it was going to be 15 for Wrexham. And what started happening was people were buying tickets but not going to games, like the away. So like the Colchester on the Tuesday night, which was where we effectively won promotion, kind of. We'd pretty much sold out, but there weren't that many people there. But they were doing it to get the points up for Wrexham. But we've been told that because the season tickets, so my season ticket number this season is completely different to my season ticket last season. They can't like align the two. So we're in a situation where this season we've sold, like, we're up to like 5,000 season tickets. I can't remember how many we had last season, but there's no legacy loyalty benefit from last season to follow on to this because they're not that joined up to be able to track it.
Yeah.
We give out points for the Papa John's trophy games, and a lot of people buy their tickets. And go. It's easy. I've said, and I think that football clubs have there's a real advantage to football clubs here, and people moan about it, but it all depends on how much they want the points. Bradford randomly released a thing of 100 points for 30 quid once.
Oh, right. Wow.
And fans would just buy it, and it's like, you're not physically getting anything, and Bradford are just adding 100 points to your account, and you're paying 30 quid for it. Like, that's just genius money making.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've said there's no money in the female game at lower levels. Why don't they offer points for tickets to the women's games?
Yeah.
Why would
And
they not?
even if they don't, because we can go to Stockport County Ladies for free if we've got season tickets. But
Yeah.
wouldn't it be nice to like reward attendance? You know, so they're not going to make any more money out of it, but you go
Well, they
along
could
and
do,
you
though.
get some extra points. They could, yes.
Yeah.
But you know, that would be really nice.
Well, if you think about it, if 1,000 fans, if it's a fiver, or a tenner into the women's game, and they get 20 points for it,
Mm-hmm.
and 1,000 fans buy it, and only 150 of them actually attend the game, it's 10, and that money's straight into the women's team. That's 10 grand for every game, and if they play 20 games in a season at home, they're gonna make a decent amount of money, and it's going to push the quality of the women's game in the lower levels higher. We had Newcastle in our women's team, women's league, not last season, the season before. But obviously Newcastle have got a hell of a lot of money. They were, and look, the quality wasn't good. It wasn't a great quality. It really wasn't. But Newcastle, they were going pro full time, just because the club were pumping money into it. But there's a lot more clubs that could go full time. I'm getting another call. I'm gonna be 2 seconds. Sorry.
Well, it's still 3-2 in Walsall Huddersfield at 85 minutes.
Well, I'm sat complaining in my group chat about these people who complain about points yet don't want to go to Wickham.
Yeah. It's and it drives so much discontent.
I get,
and so I was kind of interested to see how yours went, because we will be similar in terms of bringing something in from scratch. And I know that you get extra points, like if you had a season ticket last year, don't you? But that's kind of as far back as it goes. We have people like, you know, I went to Stockport County. I've been going to Stockport County since 1966, and you know, I deserve to have my loyalty recognised, and you know, I want to go to, I don't know, Wrexham away for a day out. It is like, the thing is, you can't please all of the people all the time.
You can't win.
No.
But, and this is going to sound so selfish, but people say this, but at the end of the day, the new generation are going to be the future of the club.
Yeah. Yeah.
So from a business standpoint, rewarding them with their loyalty, like the newer fans' loyalty, will be more beneficial to them. I don't think it's right. But if I'm talking from a business person, it is.
And the other thing as well, I mean, it's a Stockport County thing, but it will apply to other clubs that are on a growth trajectory as well. In that, you know, we've got plans in to expand the stadium. So it's 2 phases, well, it's actually 3 phases. But, you know, we go up to the railway end, which is that uncovered side that we used to have away fans in. That goes into a proper kind of tiered stadium. And then after that, we go, the stand that I'm in gets built up and out. And that will be where all the kind of hospitality stuff is. So kind of the other side to where it is now. But, you know, to do that, that's 25,000 fans. It's a championship stadium. It's not a League One stadium or a League One plan. It's a championship plan. And, you know, so all these people complaining about new fans, about selling more season tickets. We had it for Blackpool because, you know, we've got 5,000 ticket holders, and we were the original allocation was, I don't even know what it was.
Was it 2,800?
I can't remember. We ended up with just under 4,000, like 3,911 was the away attendance. But the thing is, without those new fans and more on top of that, we're not going to be able to fill a 25,000 seater stadium. I think the first expansion takes us to 18, maybe, because it's going to be like the height of the Cheadle end, but the railway end. You know, so none of those plans work unless you attract new fans. So
I mean,
3-0
if anyone's watching this,
score.
feel free to put what your thoughts are of the point systems if you have one at your club, because I think it's good in a way. But, like, for instance, I did a shit ton away last season. I did a shit ton the season before that. Did a shit ton the season before that. But I still missed out on Wrexham last season.
yeah.
We the point systems are a good idea, but they're incredibly flawed as to how they're put out, and it's laziness as to how they're put out. It's just very, very basic when it could do so much better. It's like I've said about the women's game. It could be used to fund and bring more money into clubs for parts that are massively underfunded. The kids games, you know, sponsor a kids match and you get 150 points. Like little things like that give people incentive. You don't just drop 100 points for 30 quid. Oh, I'll buy 100 points for 30. No, it's got to go into a certain place within the club. And like we say, there's kids games, there's match sponsorships in the women's game that just doesn't happen. You know, put your name to it, sponsor a women's player, you get yourself 50 points, little things like that.
So interestingly, so we have sponsorship of women's players, and it's more expensive than it is for a first team player on the men's team, because more of the men's team's costs are subsidized, whereas the women's team aren't. So, you know, as an individual, crikey, just atrocious. I don't even know where the goalkeeper was. He slid on his belly across the line after a Warsaw shot from low, which would have been his third. Yeah, so it's a funny one. Like, as an individual, it's not affordable to sponsor a first team men's player, but it's, you know, it's not terrible. And but you know, I wouldn't sponsor a women's player for the return, but also, you know, it's not as prestigious and whatever that.
No, if there was, so they need to make it appealing, don't they? And like right now, the point systems at clubs, that's what people want.
Yeah.
If you received points, I guarantee, you know, I'll use Bradford as an example. We've got 16,000 home fans. If people got points for buying tickets to women's game or sponsoring the kids' games, anything like that, it'd happen. People would do it.
We're going to get points, or it's going to be part of it, linked to non-pitch spend. So, like, if I buy something in the shop, that's going to get me points.
I think ours does money in shop spent.
So I think we're going to have that as well. But do you know what? And I don't know whether they'll do this. They need to have a proper fan consultation, and if I was doing it as, you know, market research, I'd get fans' opinions from away from Stockport County. Like, look at, you know, reward schemes that have done very well. Look at the ones that haven't done well. Speak to Harry, because they've had one come in this season. Like, what lessons could they learn from that? Because I don't think it's enough to ask your own fans. You need to have something that's kind of industry ideally industry leading, but you want the best scheme that it can be, because it's things like that. Then the what about, which you get with, you know, all sorts of decisions at football, like, but it's that causes unrest on a Tuesday night on the WhatsApp groups, where no one ends up being happy about it.
The thing is, there's no right answer.
No.
It's the same with the kickoff changes for this Sky deal. People talking about how it's ridiculous because, you know, I work on a Thursday evening, they say, so I can't attend the Thursday evening games. And it's like, okay, but on the flip side of that, what about fans that work Saturdays who haven't been able to attend for years, who now can attend on a Thursday? There's definitely doesn't matter what they do, a Saturday 3 p.m. kickoff is going to be an inconvenience to someone because they will have to work. Moving it to a Thursday is going to be an inconvenience, but it'll then benefit someone else. It's just
flip side of that. There'll be more of a majority you think it's an inconvenience on the Thursday than what it will be on Saturday.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah, but you've got to. You can't. The thing with this for me is that you can't just not do it because you think it'll be an inconvenience. You've got to test it. And you know,
another issue is fans who live away from, so like your expat fans.
Yeah.
So we have a lot in London who, you know, traditionally wouldn't necessarily go to home games, but they would go to all of the away games in the south. And then you get to a situation where they don't have season tickets because they're not local. But because they don't have a season ticket and our fan base is growing, they can't get tickets to the games that they could go to because, so, you know, I've bought them on my dad doesn't go to many aways and we've done things like that. One of my friends who lives near Basingstoke, he ended up buying season tickets so that, you know, when they could go, but it meant that he stands a much better chance of getting away tickets because otherwise he couldn't count on going to those games.
Yeah.
So Walsall Huddersfield is now 3-2.
It's finished.
Has it finished?
Yeah.
Did it finish 3-2?
Finished 3-2. Grimsby's finished 5-1, I think.
Do you know what? I'm going to put like Sky Sports News on or something. This is just the most ridiculous.
Leyton Orient have beaten Millwall.
Oh, someone put on Barrow versus Derby. Pennos.
Oh, it's got a pen.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, look, like I said, there's no right or wrong way. But
Barrow Derby.
Barrow Derby. What you can't do is just not try it. And just dismiss it. I mean, it's like, so we had our games against Harrogate and Grimsby moved to 1 o'clock kickoffs last year because of, they've been, I don't know why Harrogate was moved, but Grimsby, they'd been troubled the game before. So that was moved. And we, personally, I really liked it because, on the Hartlepool game. Oh, by the way, so Derby have missed their first and scored their next 2. Barrow have scored their first 3. Barrow are beating Derby at the minute on penalties.
It'll be finished by the time I get on. Incidentally, Stephen Clements was the league paper's manager of the week.
Oh, I think it was 0-0 at half time against Port Vale, and they won 4-0 and they were dominant. And again, Port Vale, a team that everyone predicted would be.
Yeah, I did.
Walk it.
Yeah.
So
I had them done.
We've got a Derby penalty now.
Oh, we're watching at the same time. This is exciting. So they missed this.
He's missed it.
Oh, for God's sake. Can you stop ruining it for me?
Sorry, it's come off the post.
They missed it.
It's come off the post and then bounced off the back of Paul Farman's head and out.
Yeah. So if Barrow score, then
it's over.
Yeah. Wow. Although we obviously played Derby in pre-season and they were not that together. It was Spain. It was very, very hot. They hadn't done as much kind of outdoor warm weather training and it showed.
Barrow's me.
I didn't say it, Hannah.
Hannah's got no hope with me and you, Liam.
No, I didn't say it.
Barrow's missed.
So Forsyth's now got one for Derby.
I was only joking. Did they actually miss?
Yes. So Derby. Oh look, they've got the submarine shirt on.
Forsyth for Derby is stepping up.
He's bouncing the ball. He's not taking the penalty yet. He's putting it down on the on the spot. The Barrow goalkeeper's bouncing around like he's in a Jack in the Box.
I love Paul Farman. I think he's great.
You see, now it stopped. It's all right. Tell me what happened. Oh no! Oh no! He's stepping back to take it. Is he saved it?
He saved it. Yeah.
Paul Farmer used to come on the 606, didn't he?
Yeah, we said we can interview him anytime. He's great. His farms. When we went and did the crossbar challenge, you know what? So we did the crossbar challenge, and the first 2 attempts he did it properly, and the third attempt he levered it and he cleared the entire field and the main road behind. And like he just did it on purpose, and he was just like, I just wanted to see how far I could kick it. So he cleared the entire.
There's not many people there for
It's Barrow.
Home game. It's down there.
Yeah, but it's Derby.
Yeah, Dan will be there.
I apologise to anyone who's had to go into that away end, to be honest.
Well, it's entirely restricted viewing, like wherever you sit. Unless you stand behind the goal, it's not that bad there.
It's so bad.
It's a very, very good save by Farms at the end.
I think QPR's beat Luton on penalties.
Yeah, it's finished 2-1 on. Well, but it's not. QPR have been on 1 on penalties, so they get the 2-1 according to the score.
A score around the grounds, guys. Scores around the grounds.
Blackpool beat Blackburn.
Middlesbrough 0. Stoke 5. Barnsley 1. Sheffield United 0. Barrow 1 on penalties, 3-2 against Derby County. Blackpool 2. Blackburn 1.
So I've just been sent something, and it's a. So it's Andy Walker reporting from Barrow Derby, and he's convinced that Carlisle are playing. So the whole way through the video, he's talking about Carlisle. It'll be a real coup if Carlisle manage to win this. And he goes back to the studio at the end, and the anchorman's like, well, it really would be an achievement for Carlisle to win this, given that they're not playing.
I like that. We've had a comment on a reply to my Twitter on this saying, what are your thoughts? Harry, I'll ask you.
Sent it as well.
Harry, what are your thoughts on Lincoln City?
Right, good night, everyone. Thank you for listening, and see you later.
Harry's not happy with Lincoln. As a Mansfield fan, Harry, be fucking careful.
Wait, it won't show. Wait, 4-1. That's what.
Yeah, Harry loved Lincoln that much. He got a tattoo.
Harry, I've just had my Oasis ballot confirmation email, which apparently not many people have had.
Well, this is bang out of order.
I'll sell you a ticket.
I think that anyone over the age of 30 should get priority anyway.
Right, thank you for listening again. See you later.
Anyone who lives in a Manchester or Manchester adjacent postcode.
No. I think that you if you weren't alive when they were at even half of their height, then you should be back of the queue. If you were in single digit age when they split up, you should be back of the queue.
I've got one. If you didn't have to ring the Ticketmaster box office because there was no internet, and you know the phone number off by heart, which incidentally is 0161 832 1111, to buy Oasis tickets at the school payphone on repeat, you should not be allowed to go.
Yeah. If you didn't own the clothing that they wear, unironically, because it was then if you didn't own that, you shouldn't be having tickets. Anyone who did, like anyone who lived through that period. By the way, right, I'm going to say this now, and I saw it earlier, and I agree. The UK government right now can stop nothing when it comes to drugs. Okay, we've
Right.
established that. The UK government right now should be putting a tax on cocaine for next year, because we will be out of the recession by the time Oasis have played half their shows. We will cure if they double the tax on Stone Island and Adidas, what they call the Gazelle shoes. If they
Yeah.
did, we will cure world hunger.
Mhm.
We will be the richest nation on earth by the time the tour is finished. Look, the amount of cocaine that's going to be going around those stands and those grounds is ridiculous. Just
We
tax
don't
it.
promote.
We don't promote it. I don't promote it in any way, but it's going to happen. So just tax it, make some money off of it, and give us a nice little thing as a nation. Let's do that. What was the other thing?
And because we've gave them the idea, surely they should give us some money. Yeah.
I thought you were going to say they should just give us some cocaine. I didn't know where you were going with that, but yeah, the one thing that Oasis concerts are quite renowned for is piss.
I think if you've got the max points for your football club for going away, you should get priority tickets.
Rolls has been sent off at Crawley. Does that carry over to the league?
Yes.
Yeah, because they're out, aren't they? They're 4-0 down, they'll be out.
Leicester have just scored another in the 90th minute.
Who asked, by the
Not
way,
just
about
anymore, but
Lincoln City?
Someone on Twitter. So it was
Sophie.
Sophie.
We've got. Was it Sophie? Yeah.
Yeah, Sophie Red Imps. Yeah, she asked what your thoughts on Lincoln. But like being honest, give an actual answer to her. I don't know, because obviously I don't follow League One. I've not seen what's gone on, but genuinely, like, what do you think? What would you say are their strengths and weaknesses?
Believe it or not, I think the strength is their defence and their press, and the way they can adapt to win a game. The weakness, and this is going to sound stupid considering they scored 4, but if you actually look at the goals they scored, is they need a striker.
Ben House scored again, didn't he?
Yeah, well, like, this is what I mean. If you get beat 4-1, you think, oh yeah, by the way, their strikers are on form. But 2 of the goals were by a defender, 1 were by a striker, who is just fucking levels above this league. And I can't remember who the other one was. Wait. Oh, 3 of the goals were scored by a defender. And I'm sure 3 of them were headers.
Well, you've got strikers defending, so I don't think you can be too judgy about that.
Yeah, well, I don't make them decisions.
Just back to tonight's games, because it's just the one thing that I like about the Sky Sports stuff is that when the game's over, they show a highlights package of the game.
Yes.
In the Barrow game, there was a free kick for Barrow that Kean Spence was taking, and the referee's pulled the wall back, and then he's put his spray line down for where the wall needs to be, and then what he's done is he's done a line from that forwards towards the kicker,
right,
and made players stand either side of it. Weird. So he's put the line for the wall down, but then divided the wall in like, it's like a 75-25 split. How he's divided it, and then players are literally stood either side, but looking down at the line, making sure that they're not crossing it. And I can't understand why that's happened.
It must be a new rule.
Bizarre.
But you can't tell them where to stand.
Anywhere behind that line is fine, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's literally like on the thing. He's drawn the line, and then he's drawn a line out. It's like a T.
Oh, curious.
I just watched it, and that's what I was staring at, going, I can't work out what's going on in this free kick.
Maybe he's just drawn it so that they don't like encroach on it. and they've just taken it as, I don't know. I've got no idea. I
Well,
can't.
my game is over, and Birmingham City are knocked out of the League Cup.
Wow.
Boom. Well, I'm absolutely shattered, guys, and I'm going to go and get myself ready for bed. I don't know about you. If you want to carry on talking League One, you can.
Well, no, we'll just do you can follow at League One Look on the Twitter and at Lower League Look on YouTube. And Harry mainly tweets lots of good content about League One from the League One Look account, and I've
been slacking this week, guys, but that is mainly due to me being very intoxicated with alcohol, and if I wasn't drinking alcohol,
I'm being in a mood. Let's be brutally honest, and this is another reason why you shouldn't be allowed to get tickets to Oasis first. If you sulk when your team loses to the point where you sit and don't do your social media obligations, you shouldn't be allowed tickets to Oasis, because Liam Gallagher wouldn't want you to have them.
Right, thank you guys.
Yeah, and we were going to do a transfer deadline day space, but seeing as it's just me on my own, I suspect that probably won't happen.
Grant?
No, it will. It will.
Oh, Grant. Yeah,
there's Grant, but then there's also Fifey as well.
Yeah, and actually the SK3 TV lot were talking about doing a live space, so I can co-op
Just get them
some
all
of those in as well.
Get them all in one if you want. Do a joint one if you like.
Yeah.
Because a club it's weird. So a club centered deadline day space would be very, very,
very, very slow.
Yeah. Whereas a joint one, and this is where this is what the point get, co-host it, do it together.
Yeah.
The thing is, it'll be good for numbers for both as well.
Well, yeah, if we use StreamYard and put it out on the 3 different social channels, then that would work.
You just need to make sure you share the link so people can come in and chat.
Yeah. Thanks for joining our staff meeting, external people.
The first one we've ever had in 4 years that's actually had.
It sounds like we will see you on Friday.
Yeah.
Have a good week.